Welcome, everyone, to session 31 of the Call of the Netherdeep. Uh, we return having concluded our battles in the Bowl of Judgment, more or less. Not all as intended, but battles were had one way or another. Uh, some familiar faces were seen, some familiar voices were heard. Ben went chasing off after an old friend, asterisk, multiple asterisks. Uh, he was Ix and Thorn caught up to him later and had some discussion. After session there was some discussion. Uh, some agreements were come to. Um, but then on the other end, Arno's fight was interrupted. And a bear charged through the stands, a weird black and white bear monster. What's up with that, man? Never seen anything like that in On Corel before. But Lucas came out to join Arno, saved the show to the best of their ability, put on a show of their own, had a fight, uh, an exhibition match or an exhibitionist match. It's up to you to decide. Uh, with Arno declared the victor. Uh, but yes, some after session RP discussion was had with Sheed Kaltor, the ringmaster orc. Uh, Discussion of prizes to be given out once they are calculated slash crafted. And also with the hope of bringing Ben back, promising to behave. And while they, at the Bowl of Judgment, will attempt to reach out to this other contestant in the hopes of arranging a grudge match, with lots of pomp and fanfare and a backstory behind it, of course. Some maybe a little based on truth, but mostly based on kayfabe. Uh, but yes, we pick up, um, rewinding a few minutes. Lucas and Arno have finished their discussion with Sheed. Uh, he has asked that they return, give him at least a day, return within the next few days to receive prizes with the other people who won prizes. Um, Go away, blinking icon. I don't care if Steam needs to restart. It's not important right now. And Arno wished to track down one of the other contestants from the afternoon, who presumably is in an infirmary, having been stabbed through the gut by Thorn.
Yep.
So investigation checks were rolled. Arno, for the sake of viewers, Arno rolled a 12. Lucas made his presence known, or reminded Arno of his presence, and aided that roll to make it a 22. But let's start with that 12 first.
Oh, God.
So, Arno, followed by Lucas, you are walking the halls of the interior of the Bowl of Judgment, attempting to find where the infirmary and the non-victorious contestants ended up. You pass by, you get turned around at one point, not quite going the right direction. You end up near the exit where some of the spectators are still making their way out of the facility. And as you realize, oh wait, we went the wrong way. We need to go back this other way. It's at this point that you hear the familiar voice. You turn around and you see your twin sister, Amelia, which is not at all what you were wanting or expecting this fine sunny day in Ankarel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How does Arno feel about all that?
What did he call her again? Didn't he basically say, like, oh, you're still a hot mess? I forget the full context of what she said.
She said to you, "You're as much of a bloody fool as I remember." And Arno said, "Moonweaver, give me strength."
I remember that one.
Under his breath.
Yeah, so Arno would probably turn slowly. And just look at her and just have a... What are you doing here? Amelia?
I came to watch some skilled fighters have some fights today. And you were there as well, to my surprise.
What are you doing at Oncarel?
I'm here for business. What are you here for?
What do you mean business?
I mean, I actually have a job. I'm
Doing
here to
what?
speak with clients. Look for potential new clients. Make the business successful.
Oh, you still work for Dad?
I do.
Fine.
Doing quite well, if I do say so myself.
I'm very proud of you.
I'm sure you are. So what are you doing in Oncarel, dear brother?
Nothing.
Try not to get distracted by Heather.
You know, just
Her video is right next to mine.
having a good time. Enjoying my freedom. You know.
And who's your friend here? She looks at Lucas.
How does she look at Lucas?
How does she look at Lucas?
I was like, ooh,
Well,
honey.
I think you know what role that requires.
Can I also roll? I also asked a question.
Arno can make this one with advantage because she's not trying to hide anything.
Oh,
well, he doesn't need it because he got a natural 20 because it's his twin sister. So he knows.
And what does Lucas get?
Lucas needs to check his modifier because I forget. It's his perception, right?
Insight.
Oh, insight. Oh shit. Okay. Probably I think it's a 1, so I think that is a 15. Yep, 15.
And that redhead's looking pretty fine.
He's not a redhead, he's a brunette.
Fair enough. Man, that tall guy looking pretty fine. Aren't you going to introduce me?
Lucas. Mimi, my sister. Mimi. This is Lucas.
I absolutely getting the vibe that is going on here. Lucas would still like to absolutely do the gallant gentleman, like, hand sweep, charmed.
She does like a little half curtsy, not something she typically does. But it's like
bitch ass
it's
hoe
Amelia.
motherfucker. I can't believe this.
Yes. All good. Fine. You would like shove Lucas like back. Stop it. God.
Lucas does not resist the grapple.
Lucas is excited about the grapple.
Honestly, he's just a little amused.
So is Arno pulling Lucas away?
He's pushing Lucas away from Amelia. He's getting in between the two of them.
Okay, so he's not making an exit just yet.
Not yet.
Okay. Lucas is tall enough; she can still get a good look at him. She's okay with that for now.
For now.
Yeah. Arno would 100%
That's
just like
enough for the
snap
moment.
like in her face, like, hey, focus. How's mom?
Yeah. Oh yes, you are still here, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. How's mom?
Mom's doing well, actually.
Good.
So
And all of her siblings?
things are pretty quiet at home for the most part.
Good.
I will admit, you were probably one of the liveliest ones when you were still in over the table. Remind me, are you the one that's from Rexentrum?
Yes.
I mix up between you and Lucas, which is from Rexentrum.
Yep.
Now I lost my train of thought. Interrupted myself. That's not even being a DM. That's just being me.
Lively sibling.
Yes. But yes, you were one of the livelier siblings while you were still in Rexentrum, I will admit.
One of?
Well, you and Jasper.
Unlively. Yeah, well, that's true. I had the title. The last time.
Unopposed.
I was unopposed. Yeah.
But yes, what are you doing in Ankarel?
We just arrived a few days ago. Me and my friends. So.
She gives you an inquisitive look, like she's waiting for you to elaborate. You never really said why, just that you are.
We just kind of stumbled, here. Nothing big or anything.
Just
Now that we're here, we're looking for jobs. See how long we'll stay. For this.
well, I hope you find something that suits you, that uses your talents for the powers of good. Since she knows exactly what he's good at.
Yeah, he'd be like, I'm a bud. I'll have you there.
So you really have branched out, haven't you?
Yep. I haven't stolen anything. Wait.
Oh, what'd you say?
He's like, I haven't stolen anything in.
Has he? I mean, other members of our group have, but I don't think Arno has.
He stole the ring from Lady.
The lady dropped it after trying to attack us. That is loot.
That is loot. That falls under the laws of loot.
He stole it from a criminal that herself had it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That was
so he'd be
zero.
like, in a while. I haven't stolen anything in a while, to be honest. I've been mostly doing more adventure-y things when I'm not.
Is there anywhere I could see you perform in Ankarel?
Well, I mean, I haven't set up an actual place yet. Where are you staying?
Well, I just got here yesterday. So far, I'm staying at our client's establishment, the Lux Run in the bazaar. I'm sure if you've been around there, you've probably seen it. I think it's the largest building in that area of town.
Is it the casino?
Yes. Very, very showy.
Of course. Dad wants to get the fucking casino. Fine, sure. Yep. Yep. That makes sense.
Well, they are also the client, so they are putting me up there.
I mean, that makes sense. Do let me know if they decide to install some of Dad's safes in the casino.
And let me know if you hear of anybody who could use a better safe than they have now. Can always use more clients. Just don't go
Yeah.
testing them yourself.
I haven't had a challenge in so long.
Yeah, that box at Vix's.
Yes. But that was it. They didn't actually pick the lock on that one. He had the key.
He didn't tell us that.
It's true. Oh, did Lucas say that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Then look,
They just
Argo
outed themselves.
100% would not even thinking about it, being like, oh, that doesn't count. I had the key.
Oh, you did you?
Yes.
Quite an impressive feat. Well, you should stop by the casino sometime, give our clients some patronage while you're here. Maybe I'll run into you again.
All right.
You can
I'm
let me
sure
know
we-
if you get established somewhere. I would love to watch.
You bet. I'll definitely send you an invite.
I look forward. Heather has no idea what to make of this conversation.
Lies! So many lies! I'll be sure to invite you. I'd love to come see. I'm like, I'm just gonna scratch your eyes out. Like,
So you just
Cool,
know she's
great.
gonna go so she can heckle.
Yep.
just to
Yeah,
be
I
a
think
freaking
you look-
pill.
Cool. Well, great seeing you. Me and this one, we're gonna go.
Out of character, Arno was that was absolutely Arno being like, "Do I say my boyfriend? Do I not?"
On that note, just to see. Okay. Noted. All right.
Don't
Well,
like it.
she, for the time being, halfway turns back to continue exiting the building. But of course, she looks over Arno's head. Hope to see you around.
You will not.
Bitch needs
And
to
she
stop
just
off.
gives you this.
Yeah.
She gives Lucas a look.
Get.
Oh, Lucas had already started to wave when Arno was like, "You will not."
Yeah. Arno would
Oh, yeah.
look at him and probably just gonna be like, I'm gonna kick you. I'm gonna kick you so hard. Go.
Is she already gone?
Yeah, she turns to actually leave now. Yes.
I don't understand, Arno. She seems so nice. From the way you've been going on about her, I thought she was gonna be a total bitch.
Listen, you were there, and you're pretty, and she wanted to make a good impression. Don't trust it.
I'm gonna be good. I had a follow-up comment, but this is his sister.
I want to hear it.
Are you saying Lucas is going to show restraint?
Absolutely.
No.
Lucas does that once in a while.
Roll a wisdom save right now. I want.
Even if Lucas doesn't say it, can we out of character know what he was gonna say?
Out of character. Oh, she made an
Regale
impression,
us.
all right. And for the record, wisdom save 25.
Yeah, that would have saved 100%.
Fair, fair. Beautiful, beautiful.
Don't worry,
Well-
Arno. You're still the prettier sibling.
Thank
You're welcome. Shall we go find your friend? Actually, not your friend. They're not friends.
Might be. Could be.
She could be. Much more likely.
Arno's like, I love making friends. She could be with that can-do attitude. Anybody could be my friend.
Strangers are just friends you haven't met yet.
Hmm Lucas
Ah.
can totally tell that Arno is just tense. He's tense. He's super tense as he's walking away. She's like an angry chihuahua. He's just full of energy.
He's just trembling out of anger. He's just a ball of rage.
Try
Hairs
and
on
play
the
it
back
cool.
of his neck are standing up a little bit.
Yeah, he's trying to play it cool. Lucas doesn't need an insight check. It's not working. It's not working at all.
It's taking everything in
How-
Arno not to flip out.
I mean, fair. How now that we're like looking around elsewhere that's not right here at the exit, like how many people are around?
There was a pretty dense crowd just going towards the exit from the hallways that lead out to the stands. It's not too crowded where you are. Every now and then you'll see like probably a scar bearer or a healer or a jockey walk by. But yeah, just it's not super crowded in the rest of the hallways that you're walking.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, Arno,
Mhm.
making your retreat from that whole situation, with Lucas's help, you get back on track to find where the healers' rooms are. Just it takes a short amount of time just because of the distance you have to go, but you're able to get directions if desired. And you are pointed towards a room that has a couple rows of beds. There's like 4 beds on either side of the room, just very simple for people to recuperate for a short time after their fights or whatever situations arise. Let's see. You do see in the beds, there are a few familiar faces. You see the gentleman that Ben fought, the tattooed fellow, who now you two can get a closer look at him as well and see the same features that Ben was seeing. He looks, at first, he just looks like an orc or maybe a half orc, but the longer you look at him, the more elven his features look, and it's a little confusing. Like, is he an orc? Is he an elf? Let's say. Either of you could make a history check if you would like.
That's a 4.
Yeah, that is either an orc or an elf.
Hold on.
That is a dude.
As a
That's
guy,
a dude.
has got some impressive tattoos on those muscles.
Wow. Okay. Arno did not get much better. History. Yeah, he got a 7.
Okay. Yep, just a confusing looking person. Seems like a nice guy,
Okay.
though.
I don't
Well-
judge.
But yes, he is sitting up in one of the beds. He's pulled his tunic back up, so he's not just his tattoos are not fully exposed at the moment. And then on the other side of the room, a bed or two down, you do see the red-skinned redhead who was introduced as Cinder.
Lucas gives Arno a nudge.
She is propped up by some pillows, but she is mostly leaning back against them. Her eyes are closed, but one eye opens at your entrance, just to see who's coming in the door.
And there is a presumably a healer in white robes who was tending some paperwork while just kind of keeping an eye on the two guests. They turn to look at your entrance, and you do notice Cinder was resting her eyes, but one eye pops open when the two of you enter the room, or come to the room anyway.
Lucas gives Arno a nudge.
Yeah.
Like a C?
Arno would grin at him. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, he'd probably walk over and just kind of like wave at Cinder and be like, hi.
She sits up the rest of the way, although you can tell it still gives a twinge of pain to do so. She doesn't say anything yet, but she nods tentatively in greeting. Just looks at you, waiting for you to state your business.
Yeah, and he'd be like, Cinder, right?
That would be me, yes. And you are? I believe I was
Yeah.
knocked unconscious before they introduced you.
Well, here I went by Girandola, but you can call me Anna.
Oh,
I've
Arno?
liked your
To what do I owe the
introduction.
pleasure?
Yeah, and he'd be like, I was just curious. It's gonna be like, I perform, and your introduction, it reminded me of a song. I just wanted to check if that was on purpose or not.
Her insight here real quick. Ah, you're a fan of that one then?
I am, yeah. Kind of a screw one. That's why I got curious.
That's quite a popular song in the circles I travel in.
True, but I haven't met anyone here who knew of it before.
She's here, hooray.
Yay!
That is fair. You're the first person I've encountered in the city who is familiar with it. I've played it at a few establishments, and people appreciated my music, but took no special notice of any of the pieces I performed. It was a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, I was planning on doing a tour of the taverns myself. See if anyone recognized it. Guess we're just lucky. Do you... Sorry, my cat's in the way. Bing.
As they do.
He's sitting on my keyboard. Yeah, and you'd be like, so, are you from Wildmount?
Most recently, yes. I traveled quite a lot of places from Tal'Dorei originally. Despite my introduction, I have never been to the city of Brass. That's a little outside my realm of travel.
Does Arno know what the city of Brass is?
Yeah, I was just thinking that either of you are welcome to make a history or arcana check.
That's a 2.
Wow,
My
Lucas.
20.
Lucas is like, that's not in the Empire.
My 20 for Arno.
Okay, yeah. You are at least familiar with the largest, possibly only city within the Plane of Fire. Inhabited, among other things, by fire elementals and some fire genasi.
Yeah, Arno would probably grin and be like, well, it did sound very impressive, but I'm not very surprised that you haven't been.
Oh, I'm just a little disappointed that my performance today was not impressive as my musical performances usually are. She kind of reaches up a hand to put some pressure on the spot on her abdomen.
Yeah, sorry about him.
Do you know him?
Yeah, he's a friend of mine. He
Yeah.
doesn't,
The knife in the
do
dark.
anything by halves. Mm-hmm. Doesn't do anything. He doesn't know how to pull his blows. We'll just put it that way. He's not that type of person, usually.
I believe you.
Mm-hmm. Though
she-
you know,
She
I
winces a
would
little bit.
say that he probably owes you a drink. So, is there a tavern that you frequent around here?
Well, I would be delighted to receive his apology at perhaps the Step Aside in the Circlet Walk. That's where I've stayed the last few days.
How is it? Is it nice? We're staying over at the Hairy Mongoose, and it is awful.
I'm not familiar with that particular one, but the Step Aside is nice enough. I saw some fancy places in the Sand Herald district, but they were a little too rich for me. So this is maybe a step down from the really, really fancy places, but still nice.
I would just be happy as long as we can, like, not have to all share one bedroom. So, our standards are very low at the moment.
She laughs a little bit and then regrets it. But no, 1 to 2 people per room.
Much better. All right.
Well, perhaps I can show you the place once I'm out of here. That might probably take me just a little bit before I can go walking around unaided.
Yeah. He's gonna use a healing spell. He has one. I don't remember what it is.
Does he have
Sorry.
healing word?
Healing word is what he has. Correct.
Yeah, I was guessing.
Yeah, he probably would be like, "Oh, I can help a little bit with that." And would cast healing word.
I was gonna offer some lay on hands, and then I remembered that I used all of it in the fight against Arno,
Yep.
except 1 point.
Got one left, just in case anybody falls unconscious.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep. So she gets 6 hit points back.
She appreciates the 6. Well, now that is a little bit nicer. Thank you. And she kind of tests it by, like, stretching the arm on that side, making sure nothing is pulling badly.
Yeah, you grin and be like, "Oh, fast performers have to stick together."
Oh, I would love to hear what brought you to the city. Once we're out of here, perhaps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you have plans for the rest of the day already?
Not for this evening, but I have to meet up with the rest of my group and see what we're doing next. The Colosseum was our biggest plan for today, so.
I heard there was quite a commotion after I came back up here. Perhaps, perhaps tomorrow your friend can give their apology and we can exchange tales.
That sounds like a plan. I cannot guarantee that he will give you an apology. I did not promise an apology. He owes you a drink.
The drink would be apology enough.
Okay. Just
She
wanted to make
smile.
sure.
She gives an amused smile.
I want a 3-page essay right now.
On my desk tomorrow morning.
12-point font, double space.
Yeah. Hey, Stars.
Yes.
Just out of curiosity, I'm trying to think of like what it is that might have triggered the curiosity on Lucas's behalf. But could I see if he can tell if any of that was like in code?
Make an insight check.
Cool. So that's a nat 20.
Aha.
Shit.
No way.
Well, let me just send you a very quick, or no. What do you think, Andy? Should I just say, because it'll be pretty brief.
Yeah, you can just say it. That's fine.
Okay. It seems like everything they're saying at the moment is above the table. There did seem to be some kind of understanding at the beginning of the conversation that made her like just immediately interested in getting to know your friend here. They were talking about that song reference an awful lot, so there's probably something there. But it didn't seem like any code. It just seems like they're being maybe a little avoiding being too specific while there are other people around. Like the healer and the other combatant.
All right. Thanks.
She presumes that you're with him, so it's not because that you're here.
Okay. She saw Lucas's fight too, so I mean,
That as well.
Hmm.
Lucas, who also doesn't know how to hold back some, it seems.
it's true.
Friggin' tortoises.
Yeah, Arno would be like, yeah, you did miss a performance, because once everything got a little crazy, me and my friend here got everyone's attention before it got too crazy.
And she looks up at Lucas, and who is your friend? I don't believe I caught your name yet. I assume your real name isn't Hellcat.
Oh no.
I mean, it might as well be.
It might as well be. I go by that more than my regular name as it is. You can call me Rio.
All right then, Rio, it's nice to meet you as well.
You know.
Well,
Can't
let
believe you
you
actually used that.
rest.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, and Arno would be like, well, we'll let you rest, and it's a date for tomorrow night.
She nods again, not arguing the semantics at all. I look forward to it. All right. Did you have any other business while you're here? Did you want to talk to Grom at all? The healer is obviously listening in, just to make sure you're not harassing their patient or anything. But they have gone back to whatever paperwork they were working on.
We're boring. One contestant chatting with another.
Yeah. No, I can think of anything else. Here.
I'm good.
All right. Well, you at this point then are free to make your exit from the Bowl of Judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Where to from here?
Well, the rest were flying back to.
You
We
don't know
just
where
knew
they
they were
are.
flying after Ben. We have no idea where they are.
Oh, that's true.
Well, your friends are somewhere in the city.
Where do
Well,
we
who
want to
knows?
wait for them?
Let's see. They are.
We can go, I guess, back to the Herod Mongers.
Oh, they're only like a quarter mile away from you at the moment, I guess.
Not that we know that.
Not that you know that.
Yeah, but our conversations were fairly brief.
No. Well, your conversations also took place during like an entire fight.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Did have to track Ben down, but that went smoother than one might have expected.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could. Do you think they'll go back there?
Did we all grab our stuff? I feel like.
Yeah, you two would have gone to grab your stuff, and you would have seen that everybody else's stuff was already gone.
From the Bowl of Judgment. We were talking about from the Harried Mug. I wouldn't have left anything at the Harried Mug.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, no, I think at some point in the morning, I think on the way to the Bowl of Judgment, we discussed not going back to the Harried Mongoose.
We're like,
Okay.
one night and done.
Yeah,
If our
we were
stuff
like,
is still there, we're paying for another night in that shithole.
Yeah,
Hooray,
so I think
no-
we took all of our stuff.
Hooray, no meeting point.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we had settled on anywhere else to stay though, and we
You
were
have
talking
not.
about convincing Ao and company to also change inns with us.
Ah,
So
okay.
we
okay.
still
Well,
had reason to technically go back there.
that's fair.
Mm.
And I mean, if nothing else, it's a familiar location.
True.
So we can
It
try
was
there
the
first.
last place we stayed.
Yeah. So I guess we try there first, and if they don't show up by what time of day is it?
It's mid to late afternoon. It's like 3:30, 4 o'clock.
All right. And if they don't show up in like soon, we should go get food.
Soon.
Okay.
They get 20 minutes before I get angry.
Get hangry.
Hmm.
All right, so the two of you do, for the moment, head for the harried mongoose,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lack of anywhere else.
for lack of a better idea.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, Ben, Ixarvea, and Thorn, you all have met back up after the latter two tracked Ben down at the enjoying his honey flame bread. What are you all up to? Anything before attempting to meet back up with the others?
No, I think we were going to find them pretty much immediately.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
we need to
Are
find
you-
them.
Yeah, are you all also heading for the harried mongoose, or back to the bowl first?
That was my first idea, so yeah, I'd say let's go there. Unless you guys have a different idea.
You mean the harried mongoose specifically, Tony?
Yeah, that
Okay,
was
yeah.
what I was thinking. So
I just wanted to make sure you weren't suggesting going back to the bowl, because I was like, that seems like a bad idea to me.
Yeah, no, I don't think Ix and Thorn would go back to what they think would be a hostile guard environment.
Yeah.
A little bit of a crazy situation. Okay. Well, the three of you. Oh yes, and you were taking the carpet, which the command word for that was
squadala, we are off.
excellent. So yes, the three of you make your way back to the harried mongoose. Sometime after, you see Lucas and Arno coming through the front door, while you all presumably are in the tavern area up front. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Hello.
That makes sense.
Okay. So, Lucas and Arno, you go back to the harried mongoose to wait for your friends, and you find them there waiting for you instead.
Oh, well then.
Zoom.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Well, hi, Mark.
So, are we in trouble with, all that at the Bowl of Judgment? What's going on? How did that go?
Oh no, we fixed it.
Oh, perfect.
How did you do that?
Me and Lucas kind of made it like that was a whole entire part of a performance. Then we had a fight, calmed the audience down,
And hyped them up.
and hyped them up. We'll be getting our winnings and everything tomorrow. So we have to go back to the bowl for that. And we kind of talk Sheed into letting you have a grudge match with Ty. Next
Do we know his name? I don't think we know his name.
Oh,
You mean the dragon war,
warrior?
the other dragon warrior, the
other
false
one?
dragon?
What? Really? Ben just kind of laughs at the idea.
Yeah, we had to sell it somehow and make him think that he was going to get more out of it to make him not angry. So yeah. Huh?
Ben just thinks about it for a second and he says, okay.
Plus, they'll go through the effort of getting the guy to come. So it means we don't have to track him down because they'll do it for us.
How'd that go, by the way? You took off. Did you find him?
Yeah, what was
Well-
that exactly?
Well, he was very lucky. I was already a little worn out from my fight earlier in the day, so no, I didn't catch him. I don't know what that was. I didn't expect to see him again, and when I did, I just didn't want to see him anymore. So I got really angry. And you guys know what happened next. I didn't lose control. I knew what I was doing. I just wanted to do it more than anything else. So that was Ty. He was one of the 5 I told you about him. And he is the one that betrayed all of us.
Oh.
Oh.
Ben, you yelled at him on the field that he killed them.
I misspoke. I was just metaphorically, the 5 was dead after that. So that's how I saw it. But no, they're not dead. At least I hope not. I don't know. I haven't seen them since I last saw him.
So he never killed anybody?
No, he definitely did.
That was
Ben
that
kind
was
of
an
leans
in-character laugh.
We're in a tavern, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ben raises his hand. He's like, "Can we get some drinks?" And he'll pay for a round of drinks for everybody.
Oh, Ben is getting drinks. Okay.
Ben doesn't drink.
Oh,
He
God.
does today.
Oh shit.
All right.
Yes. Drinks are brought in short order.
So how much of this do you guys want me to go through? Do you want the whole sad story?
Yes.
I don't think that's necessary. If you just give us enough to understand.
Whatever you're comfortable
Oh,
with.
that was, oddly enough, that was Tony asking you guys, the players.
Oh,
But-
Tony's in character.
I kind of like that being in character now. I wasn't thinking that. So I'm going to retcon that. Ben said that. Maybe not as snarky, but that was Ben.
It is now in character. Trying to remember which of these tiny squares was the tavern y'all are staying in. Carry on.
Some obscure one.
Ben starts to tell you about growing up in Port Damali. Just a small little shack that he lived in with his mom in the most crowded part of town. When he lived there with his mom, they worked together in an inn. Let's see here. It was an inn called the Beaded Alley, he remembers. And that's where he found Oogway. Oddly enough, he's had Oogway since he was just a little guy working at an inn with his mom. And fun fact, Ben tells you, it's like, oh yeah, Oogway, that's apparently just the sound I made when I talked about him. So my mom said that was his name. So that's where he gets his name. And then let's see here. When he was younger, his mother got ill and died soon after. And that's really what happened to her. Ben was able to live in their little shack for a while, still helping at the inn. But before too long, a nobleman had seized the property and took it away and kicked Ben to the streets. And that's how he ended up there when he was just a little kid, no older than 6 years old, but he doesn't remember. And he grew up on the streets as a teen, and he met a bunch of other kids, and they came and went, and eventually as a teenager he met the Five, the Furious Five, and he's told you a little bit about them before. They were Tigress, Viper, Crane, and Ty and Ben. And they would, they were your normal little kids on the street. They would steal, they would pickpocket, they would beg. A little bit of breaking and entering every now and then. They were all pretty good thieves, but they tried not to get caught. And then one day, Ben got a pretty crazy idea that he wanted to take everything that they could from the nobleman who had taken away his property as a kid. His name was Vakir O'Near. And they planned it out, took months scouting, planning. Everybody had a role, and it seemed like it was going to work. And when they finally found the Marquis himself, spotted only by Ben and Ty, Ty had attacked, brutally murdering the Marquis and stealing something from him. And then Ben starts to talk about, really fast, he just adds it in without realizing he's completely changing the topic. He goes into talking about his meditations and how he's discovered through meditations that he thinks it was actually ruidium that was found, but he didn't realize at the time because he had no idea what ruidium was, but now he thinks it was iridium. So Ty's tied up in this somehow. Oh, yeah. So then he goes back to the scene where Ty had murdered the nobleman, and he says that the guards were coming, and all of the other of the five, the other three, they were going one direction. Ty was going another, and Ben let himself get caught so that the guards wouldn't catch the rest of the five. And he then spent months and months and months in jail. He's not sure how long, but knowing that he was probably going to be executed any day. Until one day, Master Ping came along, and he had heard the story of what happened to Ben and the thing that was taken from the nobleman, and he had began to ask questions. And after some time, he used his connections to free Ben instead, on the condition that Ben would become his apprentice. And that's how Ben joined the Cobalt Soul. And he looks at Ix, and when he says, when I said he killed the five, I meant he killed me. I didn't think I was going to get out of there.
I'm so sorry, Ben.
Hey, don't need to be sorry. I mean, I'm here now. I'm still alive. I've met you guys. I still want to kick his ass, though. Did you say they said we can have a rematch?
Absolutely.
Yeah, like an actual grudge match. I don't know if it's enough now that we know what he's done. But it's something.
Well, maybe we can figure out a way to talk to him and figure out what he knows.
Do you know why he did it?
Don't know. I didn't know he was planning to do it. Didn't have enough time to question him afterwards.
And his skills, I mean, if he's calling himself the Dragon Warrior, and, I don't know, we saw him leap over a wall just like you did, how? Like, he wasn't trained by Master Ping, right?
That one's new to me. I mean, we're fairly acrobatic as kids, but nothing like now. So I don't know what that is. And he's not the Dragon Warrior. I'm the Dragon Warrior.
What is the Dragon Warrior?
He actually laughs, realizing that he didn't actually tell you. Oh, it's nothing. It's just some stupid stuff we made up as kids. Like, he was the ultimate warrior, the ultimate fighter. He could beat anybody up. He was the soldier who went off to war and actually comes back. The Dragon Warrior.
Guys.
Why does my internet have to be so stupid right now?
Faces.
I know, I'm sorry. Ix would reach over to Ben and kind of go to grab his hand if he would let her, and she would squeeze his hand a little bit and look him dead in the eyes and say, "If you don't kill him on the field, I'd be happy to help otherwise."
Ben, this is gonna sound like a really weird question, but did Ty have a thing for the color red beforehand? Like when you guys were younger?
That's not a thing that I wrote for him, Stars, but I don't know if
It's like
what
Ben's
you
not
have.
saying that. Never mind.
Well, I just the question
I was
is
waiting. I was waiting to see if you had an answer.
No,
And
I don't know if anything you've done with him would make that appropriate. I don't know.
in lieu of you having an answer, I will say, to your knowledge, no, he did not.
Okay. Yeah, no, not that I remember.
Just, because of what you said about how what he could have stolen was ruidium, and then remembering
The Vermilion
Alicia.
Dream.
Yeah, and her wearing all that fucking red, and then Ty was just wearing all of this red.
Huh. Yeah, we'd have to keep him alive to at least question him.
Thorn, I think Thorn would have gotten a little quiet as listening while listening, but like crossing his arms, he is going to just ask, "You let yourself get caught," you said, "to prevent the others from getting caught. Do you know if he intended for you to face those consequences?"
I don't have any way of knowing. I think he had a way out regardless of what everybody else did, but I don't know anything about his plan.
Maybe there's something else going on. More than just betrayal is what I'm suggesting.
Well, we're definitely going to have to talk to him then. And Ben gets kind of a little smirk on his face.
See, looking forward to the prospect.
Maybe.
Delightful. Now just make sure you win.
Just a question.
Okay?
I mean, yes, you definitely have to win. Also, does anyone have the capability of tracking an object if you know what the object is?
Check my spell.
Good question.
Yeah.
I have
That's
this
like
on
a-
Saturdays. Do I have it on Tuesdays?
That's like a 3rd level cleric spell, if I recall.
Yeah. Probably.
I do, because it's always in the last place I look.
I was thinking more if we could possibly plant something on Ty while you fight him, so that we could track where he goes after the fight.
Assuming he's not knocked out.
I mean, best case scenario is that he's going to get his ass flattened, okay? But afterwards, he has to go somewhere. And I'm assuming we're not going to try to interrogate him in the infirmary.
No,
Obviously,
that'd be
touch
ill
him after
advised.
the fight. Yes. So, we would need to track him. we could do it the old-fashioned way, but if we could find something that we could trace, he might not be as. It might not be as obvious, I guess.
Sadly, we don't seem to be good tracker types.
That's true.
Oh, that's only a second level cleric spell.
I can't get my spell list to load, so but I don't
Oh.
think I have that capability.
It is
But
it is a bard cleric paladin spell at second level.
Oh, please hold.
Wait.
Uh,
No, I know Arno doesn't have it.
Holding
Holding.
inventory. I don't care about that. Come on, manage spells. Show me the spell list.
Spells! Give me the
Ugh.
spells!
D&D Beyond, you're being a piece of shit. Hold on.
We're never gonna get
Google it.
sponsored, guys.
I'll Google it. All right, second level. Second level. Locate object. So I could probably try to do it. Not today. I don't really know how that works. You just like think really hard about it. I don't know. You know things. I know how to do things.
What was that?
Also, if anybody is looking at the map of Oncarel at the moment, if you look, let's see, let me make sure, show to others. Okay. If you can see my arrow in the river district, that's the range of locate object.
Probably a
Is
very short range.
1,000 feet.
But good for 10 minutes.
Yep.
Get in a cart, zip around, you know.
Yeah, we borrow a carriage again.
Get
We
on
have a magic carpet.
horseback.
Or a magic
We
carpet.
do have a magic carpet.
Wait, so what's
And
the...
kibble.
What are we using to find this?
Oh, Arno wants to plant something on Ty that we can use locate object on.
But wasn't the plan that the people at the Bowl of Judgment were gonna track him down for us?
Yeah, he wants to track him
Yeah.
down after the battle.
Oh.
Yeah, because we can't interrogate him at the Bowl of Judgment. Bowl of Judgment is just to let Ben blow off some steam and beat the shit out of him.
Why can't we just interrogate him there? Who's stopping us?
I would assume all of
The law.
Well, we don't
Yeah.
have to, like, torture him or anything. I think maybe we can just get him to talk after I, beat him up.
I would like to have a backup plan in case Sheed and the Scarbearers, who are already wary of our shenanigans, decide we're not allowed to interrogate people on their property.
I think if we phrase it as a conversation rather than an interrogation.
Would Ty see it as a conversation?
Who cares what he sees it as? It's just what everybody else sees it as.
I would hope you think it wasn't a conversation.
Ben raises his hand for a fist bump after you say that, Thorn.
Yeah, sure, he'll fist bump you. Also, if he does run again, I mean, we can try mundane tracking too. If we don't happen to be able to, like, hide something on his person.
I like it. Let's do it.
All right, Arno, did what was his name? Sheed.
Sheed.
Did Sheed say how long he thinks it will take to locate Ty?
No.
I think we said roughly.
Okay, Ty?
nine.
No. But we need to go back in the next day or so to get our winnings.
And they're not going to arrest anyone when we get there?
At the moment, no. She is very excited to reap the benefits of Ben's grudge match.
And
Mm-hmm.
not a single insight check was rolled against that man.
I felt really damn confident with my 29 persuasion. I don't know what you're talking.
I'm
Lucas
sure
was
you
riding
did.
the persuasion high.
I'm sure he was.
Oh my god, guys, no. Faces!
It'll be fine.
Let me help you out there, Heather. Being a DM is fun.
I don't like this. I don't like any of this.
Also, I forgot to do this a little bit earlier, but Arno, if I could have you roll a wisdom saving throw for me, and you're with Lucas, so you do add the +5 aura bonus.
What? Why?
Don't worry
When
about
was
it.
Okay.
roughly?
Fine.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay. Mod 20 with the +5.
Okay. Carry on.
No, what was it? What was it?
Carry on. And everyone's like, what?
It's even worse because he's like, hey, retroactively, I forgot to ask this in the moment. I'm not going to tell you what moment, but.
Oh, certainly not. Why would I do that?
Could be anywhere in the past 7 pages of notes. Anywhere at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you got a 20, so I'm sure it doesn't matter.
I hate all of that.
Just like, you got a 29. I'm sure he was very persuaded.
DC's 45 or some crazy business. Okay.
No, this isn't 3rd edition.
Oh my god.
DC 35 swim check to go up a waterfall.
Oh, man.
What?
That was actually in the rules as like an example of a ridiculous check.
So after we had talked about the grudge match and the like, Ix will then bring up, okay, are we staying here for the night again, or are we
No.
moving on?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I have business with Ao and Maggie that I would like to attend, but are we going back to the bowl to get our winnings tonight, or do we think that's more beneficial tomorrow?
We have to wait a day or two.
A day or two.
We have
Great.
to calculate our winnings or whatever.
So we're not going to try and track down anyone right now.
No. I think we can
No.
just find, a comfier place to stay. Honestly, it would probably benefit Ao and the rest of them to not sleep here. Maybe find a place that will fit
Mostly
them.
Maggie.
Yeah, there are a bunch of taverns and inns over at the Circlet Walk.
We also just won a boatload of gold. Why don't we just go to the nice place again?
Oh, yeah, and you do already have your money from wagers this morning.
While I do love the idea of staying at someplace fancy, I feel like I want to stay there for more than a night.
Plus, there's no way Ao and her company can afford that.
Yeah.
If they bet on us, they could.
You don't know how much they won.
Oh god, I don't know how much they won. I'm gonna ask that question.
I hope at least some of them bet on Ben versus Tattoo Man.
I wonder if Ao bet on Thorn or against Thorn.
Oh,
Against
you know
Thorn.
Ix is gonna ask.
I bet you do wonder that. Well, given the odds against him, Irvin personally probably won a decent amount of money off of his own match.
Oh, for sure.
Nice.
You mean they got their money today? Rude.
You don't know.
What the heck?
I'm gonna laugh. We're gonna go to like this nice little modest inn that's comfy, not amazing, decently priced, and we're gonna like contact them, be like, "Hey guys, we found a place to stay," and they're all gonna be like, "Bitches, we're balling. We're going to the lap of the gods."
It's like,
You know what?
there's
Oh my
this.
god.
Everyone deserves luxury.
It's like there's
Yeah.
this really nice place around the corner from the bowl. You guys should check it out.
Oh shit, hold on. Wait. I forgot something. Can we go back a little bit to where
I don't know. Going back in time is not allowed. Nobody does that here.
I know it's a lot to ask. But right when Thorn Ben and Ix are standing outside the harried mongoose waiting for Arno and Lucas, when Ix sees Lucas, she's going to this is where I'd like to retcon a little bit of roleplay. She'll kind of jog up to Lucas and go, "There's my baby. Did he treat you okay?" And she'll kind of put her hands up, like up to Lucas's neck, and kind of pause a second, like waiting for Radiant to respond.
I need
Because-
you to know that Lucas has 1,000% forgotten there's a snake around his neck. And Ix is just like, "There's my baby!" And Lucas is like, "Oh, hello."
Is that how you respond? Oh, hello.
No, there's just like a very brief, like, stunned man face. And then he recovers. Oh, hello.
You know
there.
the face.
I do know the face, but damn, would I love to see it.
Stunned man face.
Ix will kind of actually do I need to roll insight or perception to see if actually, you know what? She's not looking at his face. She's focused on her snake, so she's not gonna respond to how
The
he
snake
responded
that's-
at all.
The snake that's right below his face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, she's focused on the snake because she's looking at his body, making sure he's all in one piece. She doesn't know what happened, so she's going to gently pry Radiant off of Lucas's neck, and he goes pretty easy, but you can tell that even though it's easy, he's still reluctant. But he will go back into Ix's pocket.
Delightful.
Ah, the snake.
The snake. Oh, it's a snake.
Ix will actually look at Lucas now, like eye to eye. Thank you for keeping him safe.
Now that she's looking, roll your. Actually, let me just see. Oh, never mind. We're good. Not a problem.
What?
I was rolling to see if there was a blush or not. I rolled pretty high. He has no blush. He's got it.
Nice, good recovery.
Face neutral.
No problem.
With
Face
that, we will then go
smug.
inside. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted to retcon was getting her snake back.
Very good, very good.
Arno might have noticed stun man phase. Look, Ix, no.
Oh,
I don't know.
No, we
Yes,
can't
I
do
would
it
have
on
noticed.
anymore, it's done.
yes, Arno would have noticed on man face. He looks very amused.
Oh my. All right. Well, so you all are talking in the harried mongoose. You haven't seen Ao's group since coming back here, so who knows where they are at the moment. The previous day, you didn't really see them here until near the end of the day anyway, so maybe that's not necessarily a surprise. Let's see. I'm going to say that Arno, while you all are talking and deciding what to do going forward, you get another message in your head from Jasper. Uh, so, I don't know where you are right now. Obviously, you've moved somewhere. Too much to say in 25 words. How long before you plan to sleep?
What time is it right now?
You would have gotten back here like around 4:30 or so.
Mm.
So it's probably 4:30 to 5 at the moment. It's almost time to maybe eat something.
Yeah. Arno would probably be like, fuck if I know. At least 8 hours?
Wow. Okay.
What?
That's not.
Sounds like
that
it's
was
time
that
for a
was
power nap.
that was me, not Jasper.
Arno's been staying up really late to work in the forge.
Well, that's true.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Arno also is a performer. When the fuck would he go to sleep before midnight?
Eh. Point. All right. So what are your plans for the rest of the evening?
I guess we're gonna find another inn to stay at.
Okay.
Does Arno suggest the one that Ember told him about?
Cinder.
Cinder?
Yes.
Yeah,
Fire Girl.
or at least in that
Yeah.
area.
The other 2-syllable fire-related name that ends with ER.
Yeah.
They do have some similar phenoms.
Oh yeah, at some point he would probably just kind of be like, "Oh, right." Remember how I had said that like you might see like people, family of mine here?
Lucas starts
Yes.
to smirk.
He would look at Lucas and just have a mini glare, like, "Don't smack." Well, it's confirmed. My sister is here. Apparently.
Your twin sister? What are the odds of that?
Is this
Oh,
like another grudge match level kind of thing, or just you don't like her?
we don't like each other. It is not one-sided.
So, but it's not like this is a
No.
fight waiting to happen, like with Ben's thing. This is just
No.
Okay.
She's just fucking irritating, that's all.
I thought she was nice.
Yeah. She was flirting with him, the little shit, and you encouraged her.
Lucas, that's not nice.
Lucas just shrugs.
Thorn looks at Lucas and goes, "Is she pretty?"
Of course she is. She's my twin.
Well, I don't know. You obviously like fraternal twins, right? She could look totally different.
Arno is looking at Thorn. Lucas from behind Arno gives Thorn a thumbs up.
Thorn nods.
Oh my god, does Ix see this crap?
With your 20 passive, yeah, you do.
She rolls her eyes so hard at this.
You know what, Thorn? You can have her. That's fine. That's entirely okay.
What?
I give my blessing.
Oh.
Go fuck her up.
Oh my.
Go fuck her up.
Yep.
That is not how you reacted to me.
No.
I don't know if this is like, yep. Who is this insulting? Me or your sister?
I think both somehow?
Arno would just grin at X and be like, no, of course not.
Can I insight check that crap?
I'm not going to tell you no.
Sure, go ahead.
All right, here we go.
Let the bodies hit the flow.
Well, that's a big 9.
I'd like to also insight check
9.
this.
Go for it.
That is. Hold on, I have to do math.
Net 20 bitches.
23.
Oh, man.
I'm not
shit.
inciting Arno towards Thorn. I'm inciting Arno's lack, the difference between Arno and Thorn and Arno and Lucas.
Well,
Okay.
Arno,
Well, shit.
explain yourself.
Reverse.
Well, X doesn't know this because X is oblivious.
Okay, thanks.
Sorry.
I'm just oblivious.
But 100% it's an insult to both of them. Like, Arno thinks that Thorn is horrible when it comes to, like, any sort of relationship or anything like that. It's just always been on fire. Whenever he sees how he
Damn.
treats, like, X.
I had a
So
feeling.
he assumes that's how Thorn treats any romantic interest. And if he's going to do that to anyone, yeah, he can fuck his sister up. That's fine.
Oh my
Their egos. It'd be
God.
very entertaining.
It's like, go ahead, ruin her day. Get her hopes up.
Yeah. Yeah. Or even better, her liking Thorn and then Thorn just being a dick. Either way, to him, this is a wonderful scenario and he's okay with it.
Holy shit.
Win-win.
Yeah.
The fact that this shows how little Arno thinks of Thorn. Like.
Romantically, yes. As a friend, Thorn is cool. He hasn't seen a good side to Thorn when it comes to, like, romance.
No, this is totally well deserved. No argument.
It's like, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, geez.
I'm just saying it still stings, but you right.
Yeah. Thorn is a walking red flag, which he will happily throw at his sister. Lucas is Arno's red flag. His sister can't have that.
This is capture the flag? Is what?
No.
He's my red
It's
flag.
mine.
I got it fair and square. You go get your own red flag. Oh, look, there's one. Go get that one.
Yeah, you can have that one. It's fine. It's this one. This one's mine. No, you go get the other one.
Somebody's already holding that flag. That's okay. That's how flag football works.
Oh my god.
Is that what I got out of my net 20, Arno?
That you're a red flag and Arno covets you so hard.
Basically, what Lucas would get is the fact that Arno isn't jealous in literally any other circumstance, but like, no. Amelia is not allowed to have Lucas. That's not a thing. That's a no-go. Nah.
Hard stop.
All right.
Hard stop.
I'm not
Arno
smug at
will
all.
not-
What are you talking about? Not smug at
Yeah.
all.
No one questions Arno on it, so he's not gonna have to go into like getting all like grr, but like mine. But
Mine?
Question
But
that?
to be
That
fair,
would
the
require
one person
talking
who would
about it?
probably be able to rile him up enough to say something like that would probably be his sister, which is why they're not allowed near each other.
Social distancing, guys.
Must stay 6 feet from the paladin at all times. Got it.
But within
stay-
10.
No, well, she has to stay 11 feet away from him and get the benefits of his saves.
You're not in the circle, you're out of the circle.
In any case, she's staying over at the casino.
So, do you want us to avoid the casino or go to the casino?
I might go to the casino.
You shouldn't go anywhere near a casino.
I won big today. I don't know what you're complaining about.
I'm not complaining. I'm stating a fact. You shouldn't be at a casino.
I have no problem of going to a casino and like wrecking her shit. She made some glib ass comment about how she wanted to see a performance of mine, but it's only so that she can talk shit about it. So I'm not letting her do it.
That's
So-
Arno's presumption. He didn't insight that far
It's true.
He did not.
So,
based on
You-
past experience.
so you do want us to go to the casino?
And start shit, sure.
And start
Apparently,
shit?
the casino apparently is going to be one of my dad's clients, or my sister is there to make a deal for them to be one of my dad's clients.
So
And there's
you're
a
looking to
big
ruin
part
this?
of me that wants to ruin it. I don't know whether I should give in to that part of me though.
Well, we
I
can then
wanna-
avoid two temptations by avoiding the casino. We avoid you having an altercation with your sister publicly. And we avoid Thorn having gambling issues. So we probably should go somewhere else.
Is it a gambling issue if you win?
Yes, Thorn, because
Oh,
you
God.
barely win.
I feel like I recall many sessions ago Thorn warning Lucas off of a potential gambling problem. I feel like I recall this.
Thorn was speaking from experience. He understands.
I have 800 gold right now. Like, I have the money to waste.
Yeah, well, what if like, okay, what if I don't go there with the intent of like toppling my family business and it's really just to check the place out?
Did you want to go to the casino yesterday?
No.
Then you're going
At
there to
some
start
point-
shit.
Well, I mean, at some point, the casino is the biggest thing over there. It's probably all shiny and shit.
Shiny, Arno? That's. If you want to go there, you can obviously go there. I just don't think it's
Yeah.
smart for us to lodge there if you're going to start anything by
Oh,
accident
no.
or not.
Yeah, I'm not saying we stay there. No. I'm just saying I might want to go there, but I might need chaperones to keep me from starting shit.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So let's find ourselves an inn. Check out whatever street that was you mentioned. You know, find something good.
Circlet walk.
Yeah.
Ah,
Mm.
so
Oh, at some point, Thorn, can I give you money to buy someone a drink?
Why would I do that?
Because
Why would you do that?
Because I realized that I told the girl that you fought that you owed her a drink, but I know your personality, so you probably wouldn't just give her a drink out of the goodness of your heart. So, like, I can.
It's
make
just
more-
laughing in character. This shit's funny.
He definitely just regards Arno with like a raised eyebrow, as he's just like, you told her I would buy her a drink for losing horribly?
I told her that you owed her a drink,
I
and then
don't.
in retrospect,
I don't
in
owe her
retrospect,
anything for winning.
I
You
know that's
could-
why I will pay for it.
Well, now it just feels like the principle of the thing.
So what I'm hearing here is Thorn is turning down the opportunity to take a hot chick out for a drink.
You know, I'm not going to lie, she is really pretty, but I feel like I would already have no chance given, like, I stabbed her. So
I mean, she seemed pretty interested when we
In
were
the
talking about
gut.
it.
I thought for a second you said in the butt, and I was like, what?
He stabbed her in the butt.
What? You
I mean,
people.
to be fair, she was like, "Oh, so he'll apologize," and I said, "No, I definitely didn't say that he would do that. There's no way that he would do that." And she had an amused look on her face. She was not offended. So, you might be in with the shot.
I'll think about it.
Also,
But really, if I was going to push you towards anyone, it's 100% my sister.
I mean, I won't lie, that one is mildly tempting just to see. I don't know, what would happen? What kind of drama that would be. But
But the best way for you to get with my sister is for, like, her to think that I might be interested in you. Because then she'll be interested.
oh, are you saying you're not?
I
Wow.
serenaded you. And didn't even get a kiss. So,
I didn't
You can have my
realize
sister.
you needed payment.
The faces.
we wouldn't have Bast's face anyway, and we all know that.
yes, yes.
I have to get my ISP out here. Be like, hey guys, why am I always losing my internet?
Yeah, Arno would probably look at Ford and have a grin and be like, I'm a bud. I always expect payment for my performances.
That's a fair point. I'll take that under consideration as well.
Mm-hmm.
Out of
So,
character, were you mechanically a bard at the time, or were you just a musician?
The time? No, Bazuzan wasn't Bazuzan when we got to level 6?
I couldn't remember when it happened, but yes,
I think-
Betrayer's
yeah.
Rise.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
What was that?
No, like,
My sketchbook just fell off my lap. And yeah, I think.
You know, getting into the Betrayer's Rise was 6. Getting out of the Betrayer's Rise was 7. Where you are now.
Mm.
but that-
And he serenaded him.
After the
Betrayer's
rise.
So you were like.
Okay,
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
So, yeah, officially. Yep, so he was a
I couldn't
bard.
remember when it happened. So
Yep.
yes, actually a bard, not just a musician.
Actually a bard.
it's true. Capital B.
Capital B,
Bard.
bitches! Sorry.
Wow. Okay.
Well, that's all well and good, but where will we be staying? Are we just walking around the circlet walk, or do we actually have a destination in?
Well, Cinda mentioned an inn, said that generally it's a decent quality and that the rooms are 1 to 2 people per room.
Oh, that's perfect.
So
Instead of up to 6.
just to move the in debate along, could we investigation check to see if we could find like a good quality but like not too expensive in that area.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. And
So,
vet
Arno.
that in because Arno is not 100% like trusting of Cinder's quality.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They got burned before, okay? You would want to check out the inn first before
So
putting down
who
money.
would like to? Could we all roll? Could just one person roll with advantage?
Divide
Well,
and
my
conquer.
first question is, Arno, are you coming along to look for a place? Are you going to Ariok? Are you going to try and do a little bit of Ariok after finding a place?
Mm.
He kind of needs to be there to find a place, because if we don't know where we're staying, how does he know where to go?
True.
Yeah, he would go and get there first, and then if they have some time, then he would go to Ariak after. He did tell Cinder that he wouldn't be like seeing her until tomorrow night anyway, so
Yeah.
he's free.
Now, mind you, your current location is very close to Ariok, and you're going to be going to just about the other side of not a small town to find a place to stay. So, just to keep that in mind. But so you are all going then to the Circlet Walk to look for a place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Since it is such a wide area, is there a particular, like if anybody wants to ping on the map, is there a particular area you want to look in? Do you want to go like closer to the chateau and the library of the Cobalt Soul? Do you want to go closer to the bazaar?
Well, so Arno had before talked to guards, and they had told him about all the taverns and stuff that were in the Circlet Walk. Was there like a specific area that was?
No, that entire area is residential, and there are places that you could stay, like just here and there throughout the entire district.
Well, why don't we pick a place that is closer to the bazaar,
Mhm.
and then that way, that's close to where food could be. It's close to wherever.
Really close to the casino.
I mean, not
Yes,
that
close
close.
to the
But
How
casino.
close would that put us to like places like the Allegiance and Cobalt Soul? Because I don't entirely remember where those are.
The Allegiance is right here, that little white building with the blue dome. That's the library that you broke into.
Okay.
Mhm. And then the guided district, which is even farther to the east.
it's Cobaltville, yeah. So it'd be the opposite
Wonderful.
side.
I
Yeah,
am
see,
totally okay with that then.
yeah. So like
I
wherever that
see.
white thing is, great. That's a great spot.
So I see Heather is very keen on this little bump.
Great, love it. Find an
Okay.
inn.
So looking in the area south of the bazaar and the casino, yeah, I would say one person with advantage, whoever is doing the asking around and looking around, trying to find a good place.
Ben, I nominate Ben.
I think Ben really wants us to stay like north of the Cerulean Palace.
Ben's like, we're gonna stay right next to the honey flame bread, right next to it.
The honey flame bread is right here.
Pasty
Oh,
erasing.
was I a little
redrawing
off?
the circle.
Yeah. It's the street with all the colorful banners right here.
Right, but
Delightful.
Ben's not proficient in investigation, but he'll investigate for an inn if you really want me to.
Oh, well, no, I thought, like, with your background of knowing cities and stuff, never mind.
oh, what a shame. There are no taverns. I guess we'll just have to stay by the honey flame bread.
You know what? You really don't.
I mean, you could probably find an expensive place like around here or so.
Arno has a +3, but he also gets a +D4 for investigation.
I nominate Arno to roll for an investigation check.
Go for it, Arno.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Oh, I realized I was pinging right here as if you could just like walk from here to here, but I realized there's a wall in the way. You'd have to go through
stay
here
here.
or through here.
You could stay there, but it's super out of the way of where you want to be.
all right. First roll is a 21.
We have a flying carpet.
True, true.
Well, he's with advantage.
And the
That's
command
21
word for the
is
carpet
the best.
again is.
Mandala.
We're not flying right now. We'll say it when
I
we're
know. I just
flying.
like to hear you say it. We'll save it for when you're actually flying. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
21.
21. Okay. So what was the verdict on the area you're looking in?
Down below.
Dan, it was the little bump in the road.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
With all this, I'm assuming they're stalls? Yellow dots?
You're assuming what?
That they're like stalls, the little tiny squares?
Oh, yeah, those are all various buildings around there. I'm not sure what all they are. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, that's probably like a little open air market off to the side place.
That's cool.
I didn't even notice that. Yeah, I'm gonna say looking around, if you're looking specifically like within the area that pings in that circle, you do find a place that step down from the lap of the gods, but definitely a step up from the harried mongoose in that they actually have rooms that are meant for people to stay in them, not just, hey, there's a room in the back and I put some cots in there. You find a place called the Foolish Serpent.
Oh.
Following the snake theme.
Fun. How much per night?
That one. I forgot. These are on
And how many rooms?
2 different pages. You could stay 2 to a room instead of all 5 to a room, and that would run you 2 gold a night per person.
That's not bad. Do they have a stable? Where's Cable staying? How are they with their stalls?
They do have stalls for horses, yes.
How are they? Are they okay?
They look maintained. They're not left to get filthy when nobody's using them.
Does Ix get her own room?
I'm debating.
Somebody's getting their own room.
Well, we know that Lucas and Arno are probably going to share a room.
I love that you assume this.
Am I wrong?
They don't always share a room.
They don't.
Yeah, sometimes everybody gets their own room and nobody is sharing.
Well, Ben doesn't mind sharing if it comes to that, so.
What's your alternative, Vix? You want a room by yourself or do you want a room with somebody?
She tells Ben that she will room with him.
Okay.
Thorn?
But I assume I'll be the odd one out.
Very well then. So if there are no objections to that arrangement, you all now have a set of rooms at the Foolish Serpent. Let me go ahead and move our little feather token down there. Let's say it's this one here.
Beautiful. Perfect. Ix would set up in the room.
I say that as if I'm going to remember.
I don't think it matters much. Unless somebody's following us, in which case it matters quite a bit.
Oh, can I also just say that on their walk to find the new inn, Arno has 100% caught Kibble up with what the fuck is going on.
Absolutely.
Especially with his sister, because like he can just vent to her, unlike everybody else. Like, she is his confidant. She's already heard the stories, so
yeah, she has
there
the
is
background.
no judgment from Kibble.
No.
And no interest in your sister from Kibble.
Yes, thank you.
That's what really matters.
So the combination of those two things.
Listen, I'm not saying that it would do anything more than look, but I am saying that Arno's very pretty. Has a twin that looks a lot like him. I'm saying.
It's true.
Yeah.
Arno also knows that if given the chance, Kibble would probably kick the shit out of like Amelia, so
She's your ride or die.
It's true.
Yup.
We all knew this already.
Just baby.
Alright, so with rooms all figured out, Ix would let everyone know that she's going to head back to the Harried Mongoose to go meet up with Ao and Maggie for what she has planned for the night.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Kibble's just like, she sounds absolutely dreadful, darling.
She's the worst. Baby girl.
Just because Kibble hasn't gotten to say anything for, like, out-of-game weeks and weeks.
Is Arno gonna actually tell us where he's going tonight, or is he just headed out?
No, he would tell. Everyone's
gonna-
on good terms now, so he would actually let you guys know that he was going over to the forge.
Would you catch a ride at the same time as Ix? Like, since we started at the Harried Mongoose and we were like up that way? Doesn't matter. I'm just thinking about logistics.
I mean, that would work if she was going to the Harried Mongoose. Then yeah.
Walk her there and then split off at the fork.
Mm-hmm.
What are your plans tonight, Thorn?
Probably read through that book.
I was thinking about, since we're so close to the bazaar, but is the bazaar still open? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about.
I mean, individual stalls may be shutting down for the day soon, but
yeah, I was thinking about doing a brief, not super long, once more sweep to try to find that asshole again.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you'd like to come with me.
Yeah, sure, why not?
It's not going to take the whole night. You could still read after, but you know.
Oh, yeah. I have all night to read.
Yeah.
Fuck shit up.
What?
I said fuck shit up.
Yep, that's the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Out of curiosity, has everybody like eaten at this point? Like, did you eat before finding a place? Are you going to eat at your new place, or just everybody does their own thing for food?
We eat at
We
some
probably
point.
ate.
We eat at some point. We eat while we're looking for an asshole or on the way back.
Get some street food.
Yeah. Street vendors are great.
Okay. I'm just working out the timeline in my head of when things are happening.
Where when shit hits the fan.
Who, where, when?
I don't know. There's part of me that finds it very suspicious that you're fixated on when we're eating.
Where are you eating? Where are you staying exactly on the map? Somebody's watching us. Somebody's watching our every move.
I need
Your food is all Ix. No.
The bread lady was a spy the whole time.
Oh, that's
The
gotta be
least
messed up.
person you'll suspect. Well, I'm ready to see if I can find an asshole tonight.
There we go.
Would that be
It's like, oh, yes. Yes, dearie, I've spiked your bread with ruidium powder. Just to see what happens.
That is fucked up.
So would it be like investigation checks from the both of us to see if either of us can spot this suspicious alcohol seller?
Yeah, let's have each of you roll individually.
Uh, 10.
19 actually, surprisingly.
Oh, impressive. Let's see. So Lucas was the only one present when he bought the stuff.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
we've
looking
talked
for.
about this several times.
Yes.
We've talked about this guy because we went looking for him before.
Yeah.
Right. So yes, the shop and the individual, I'm sure, have been described in excruciating detail.
Several times.
Yes. It's like Lucas won't stop talking about it. So Lucas, you're looking around. You go around where you're pretty sure you remembered seeing the guy. Don't find anything. Thorn, you're walking the streets with Lucas, keeping an eye out. You are pretty sure you see him. But then when you get closer, you realize, oh, wait, no, that's not at all what Lucas was describing. It just, that profile looked about right, but then they looked at you and they're like, oh, nope. Didn't see that from the side.
Oh, damn.
I don't know, man. We might not ever find this guy.
God damn it.
You have my deepest sympathies. You're going to be stuck with shitty wine.
I mean, it still tastes good. I'm just mad.
It's the principle.
It's the principle.
You know, I wonder if he moves his stall around, like, you know, so people can't come complain when they realize that it's a fake.
So we should be asking the people around him.
Probably. Maybe
All right.
other merchants know who he is.
We're in that area. We are where I remember this guy being. That's what you said, Stars.
Sure, as best you can figure.
As best I can recall. And I would love to ask a nearby vendor, like the neighbor, air quote, of the guy where I think the guy was.
Okay.
I'd love to ask if they, if their neighbors changed hands the stall recently.
Let's see. You're not proficient in investigation, are you, Lucas?
No.
Okay. So I was gonna say you could investigate, but use charisma instead of intelligence. Well, let's just call it a persuasion check instead.
I love persuasion checks. I was like, why do I have an advantage on this? That's
yes.
So
does not work outside of, only works in Hupperduke, I'm afraid.
That's fine. Persuasion check 25.
25. All right. Well, let's go ahead and take a break because I have no idea who you find or what they're going to say.
Snack time, everybody.
So let us reconvene in a short while.
Perfect.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas is on a mission.
Hello again, one and all. So we return to our search for the dastardly wineskin seller in the Suncut Bazaar. So Lucas, dastardly. Lucas, you pick a merchant who, for our purposes here, may have been set up next to this other guy. who, for retroactively, I'm going to say the proprietor slash seller, as they were very limitedly described as in the shopping channel. I'm going to say it was a somewhat shorter end of average height, light brown skin human man. Didn't get his name, but you just remember clearly what he looked like. Let's see, what would have been next to him? We'll say there was somebody next to him selling homemade, or as best you can figure next to him, selling what looks like homemade jewelry. Is a youngish half-orc woman. And you said you got a 25 persuasion?
Correct.
Okay. What question do you pose to her?
Lucas would love to know if her current neighbor is new, because he's starts with that. Her next current if someone else was occupying the stall next to hers the other day. I don't remember at this point how many days it's been, but Lucas would know.
It's been a few days. Oh boy, I figured out what the guy looks like, and that was about as far as I got during the break.
That's okay.
Yeah, no, she seems to have a little trouble remembering. But make an insight check, either of you.
Okay. 13. I don't know if Thorn's also listening or not.
Also a 13.
Hey, 13 buddies.
I'll say she's not trying to be overly subtle about it, but she's just like, well, I just don't remember. If only there was something that could help me with that.
Casually pulls out a coin.
What denomination of coin?
I'm looking to see what denominations are in my pack. It's gonna be a gold.
She remembers very clearly all of a sudden as she accepts the gold. Also with your 13s, you can tell she wasn't expecting to get that much, but she's going to take it. Like, oh no, this area, a lot of, she explains to you that a lot of shops and sellers are just kind of there short term to sell what they have, and then make whatever business they're able to, and then they either have to restock or accept that they're not selling as much as they needed to. This is not an area where you have like long-term businesses that get established. So no, her neighbors change periodically, and she has only been there a couple of days herself.
Lucas describes the human male he's talking about, and looks to see if there's any kind of recognition there, because a few days it could have overlapped.
Right. Let's see. Let me roll for her. Oh, she actually rolled very well. So that does sound familiar. She didn't catch his name, but then neither did you, so that wouldn't help anyway. She does remember a man that she thinks fits your description, although I'm sure there's a lot of light brown skin, dark brown, or black-haired men of shorter average height that she sees every day.
Who have been occupying the stall next to hers. Yeah, there's so many.
Yeah. selling magical wine skins, among other things.
Exactly.
She, let's see. Yeah, you've been rolling high enough, and she rolled pretty high to remember details. She does say she's pretty sure that sounds familiar to her. It was like 2 stalls down from her. She walked by him to get to her stall in the mornings. Or no, afternoon, because it was at the night bazaar that you saw this guy.
Yes.
She says the previous night, let's say no, two nights ago was the last time she saw him. She didn't see him last night. It seemed like he sold a decent amount of his stock, so he might be looking to find more things to sell, but who knows where that will lead him.
Okay. Are you gonna be set up here? How many days do you think your stall will be around?
Oh, maybe 2 or 3 more days. Also, I'm going to backtrack a little bit because I realized I was looking at names.
Okay.
I'm going to say she did catch his name, which I will post in the Roll20 for spelling. Let's see. Nope. Not that name. That name is going to be very easily confused with other names that we've been saying a lot.
Aloysia, Alex.
I was going to put
Alexian.
Zasher
Ah.
or Zashir, but no.
That would be confusing.
That would be very confusing.
Zahir, Zashir, got it. He did indeed betray us. That is accurate.
Wow.
Betrayed honesty.
Serpent god in disguise as a humble wine merchant.
A humble con artist.
She had that. She just flew that right off the cuff. Like, no. Call him for what he is, a scoundrel.
Strike when they don't expect it and make sure it hurts. Okay, his name is Asair.
Asair, another A name. All right. Asair. Let me write that in my notes with pronunciation. Asair.
Oh, you don't have to write the pronunciation because I'm probably going to change my mind on how I say it the next time it comes up.
All right, sounds good.
I
Asair.
do find it funny that it still kind of sounds like Zahir, but also with an A, making it match all the other A names.
Asair. I love it.
I swear he's doing it on purpose.
I know. I thought it was funny because it made me think of Aesir from like Norse mythology.
Mm-hmm.
Just
All
move
right.
the E around.
That's true.
I would greatly appreciate if you happen to see him set up shop again while you're here. If he happens to, come back to where did him good. And I happen to stop by. I'd love to know if you happen to see him again. Really liked what I got from him. Hoping to see what else he's got in stock.
If I see him and then see you, I'll be sure to let you know.
Thank you. And also, while he's standing here, he would love to see what's on her
He would love to what?
what's on her table.
Okay, well, she was going to suggest it if you didn't say something first.
Oh no, he's like he has thanked her. He's doing a casual sweep of the table now.
Yeah, no, it's nicely made but simple jewelry made from no gemstones, more like
Right.
painted beads, and a lot of some of it is some of the little bit higher priced stuff relatively It's like, fancy woven together with some designs and patterns of many colored beads.
Is there anything with the painted beads and such that looks like it would go with all of the bling that Arno's currently wearing?
It would stand out for sure.
Even
But
if it's
you
just
could,
color scheme, but yeah.
yeah, you could find some things that color wise would coordinate to some degree.
Okay. Then he would point to one of those and give her his brightest smile and ask how much. And he is looking to make sure that the fact that he paid her a gold for information is not changing her prices.
Right. Well, there are no prices are not listed. They are by
I know,
request.
but like the appraisal, the up and down,
right.
up and down look, charming smile.
Go ahead and make a fresh insight check for her price that she's about to give you.
Ran away from me. Hold on.
Oh no.
Sorry, someone brought a bird and put him on my shoulder. Things going everywhere over here. Insight check. Fine. 16.
Okay.
Yeah, you got yourself into this mess. I'm sorry. No, this is your fault.
She seemed very happy with the gold that you've given her already. That also made her optimistic that maybe she can get a little more gold out of you. So she says that the piece is 1 gold.
Okay.
You can tell it's not worth 1 gold.
It's not worth 1 gold. See, the problem is that I only have gold on me. And then I have 2 silver. And I can't tell. Can I tell if this piece is 2 silver?
What do you mean?
Make
1 gold on you.
I only carry gold on my person. So it's like, if I give her gold, she's going to have to give me change back. So it's not like I can say, 5 silver, let me hand it to you.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. I misunderstood.
Yeah, no, I have plenty of money. It's just, I can't be like, I can't, it's not going to be, I can't afford that. It's going to be, So how much does it look like the piece is worth?
Make just a wisdom check or an intelligence check.
Well, all right. 6.
I was gonna say intelligence, but I figure your wisdom is probably higher.
Sure, slightly. 6.
Slightly. 6. Okay.
Come on.
You definitely expected less than a gold.
Okay.
No, you expected her to say some number of silver, but you wouldn't be able to confidently put an accurate price to it.
Yeah, see, now you have to go. Please leave.
The angry chirping.
Nobody wants to hear that in their eardrums, all right? I'm well acquainted. Is Thorn hanging out nearby for all of this? Like chilling?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. What?
Yeah, Thorn. Make an intelligence or wisdom check. If you care to.
That is a 11.
Okay. Yeah, definitely not a gold. You don't know how much she would normally charge, but you would have guessed like somewhere between like 1 to 4 silver.
Okay.
All right. Cool. So Lucas is just looking to. I was asking if Thorn was around because Lucas would kind of cock his head towards Thorn and just like a smile, like just like a taking a moment kind of thing. But like, hey Thorn, do you think Ix would like any of this stuff?
I mean, maybe. She has a necklace she always wears.
Yeah. You picked one of these. Which do you think she'd like the best?
There.
Soren's like, this is super awkward, bro. Just fucking pick one. Like, you're kidding.
We don't have to go through the specifics. I'm leading up to my things.
He probably would point at something on the table, be like, looks like it'd be her style.
Wow.
Also, can we pause for a second and just hone in on Thorn being like, there's a necklace that she likes to wear, which is specifically a necklace that he got her.
Yep. Yep.
This flippin' bitch. This is why Arna was sending him to his sister, okay?
He goes, you can get her whatever you want. She already has a necklace. Like, oh, she doesn't need any other jewelry.
I'm thinking like, it could be like some kind of thing, maybe like a bracelet because she has a necklace kind of thing. And whatever he points to conveniently matches the description. But so then Lucas would nod a little bit, think about it, and then turn his smile back on the merchant. And he would point again to the piece that he picked out for Arno, and then point at the piece that my friend over here seems to have caught his eye. How about both of these pieces for a gold?
I'm gonna say you rolled such a high persuasion earlier. I'm gonna say Lucas is charming enough, and she's already got a gold from you that she's not gonna fight you too much. So with little resistance, yes, she will agree to 1 gold for the 2 items together.
Excellent, considering they were probably worth like 1 to 3 gold, 1 to 3 silver apiece. I figure 10 silver equals a gold, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So that feels fine to me, versus 1 piece with a ridiculous markup.
So that was a scene in JoJo where somebody was explaining how to haggle with people, in a bizarre type situation, and they haggle it way down, and the American is like, "Oh yes, I got such a good deal off of that." And as he's walking away, the seller is like, "Oh man, I charged him like 5 times what that's actually worth. I did great."
Oh wow.
And with that all wrapped up, I'm done here. But Lucas has
Marvelous.
left an impression on this woman.
It's like you got a 50% discount and she made a 400% profit.
Yep, and he's okay with that. He got the information he needed. He even got a name.
100. Yes.
And yeah.
Very much so. Progress in some form. Also, let's see. Nah, I'll decide on that later. Okay. So that's what those 2 are up to. Ix and Arno are going most of the way together up north towards the ridge and the harried mongoose. What is Ben doing for the evening?
It's a good question. Somebody already used all my minutes on my sending stone, so I can't send a message to question.
You walk over there.
Somebody.
She was upfront about it. She told him, "Hey, you got a call." I answered it. I was polite. What more do you want?
Yeah, no, technically it was the Cobalt Soul that sent a message, so it's not Ix's fault.
Yeah, all I said was somebody. Y'all being
Somebody.
very defensive. I didn't say anything.
It was the
Anyway,
English.
I don't think Ben has any specific plans other than
It was the
I guess
way you
just
didn't say
waiting.
anything.
What time of day is it?
Well, everybody is splitting around dinner time, somewhere thereabouts.
Okay.
Just because it hasn't come up in a little bit, does Ben still have potions he was working on?
I haven't really had a chance to work on them in a while, but yeah, there's some stuff Ben could work on.
Okay. You would like, unless you stay up really late, yeah, you would just get in like a half day of work, but more than nothing.
Oh goodness, I don't even remember where I left off on that.
Well, that can be calculated at some point. Find another one that just takes like one work day to make and finish it off in the morning.
I mean, yeah,
All
the
right.
only one that's that is the potion of watchful rest. Ben, if he could, well, you said he only has half a day, but I don't know. Maybe.
See how all that goes. All right. Well, for the moment then, as we will return to Arno and Ix have made their way up north. I'm going to leave the feather where it is just so I don't forget where the foolish serpent is. Get up to the like one of the intersections up here where the little circle of trees is. Arno splits off to go northwest while Ix continues on northeast to the harried mongoose. And I will say by the time Ix returns, you do find Ao's group in the tavern, and they look like they are just finishing up having a bite to eat.
Oh, perfect. She'll head on over to their table, make her presence known as so not to spook anybody. Good evening.
Ah, you made it back. Oh, we were wondering where you all had gone.
We decided to upgrade to different lodgings for a little bit more privacy, which I highly suggest you guys do, if only because Maggie deserves to be able to stand up in her room.
Maggie looks like she was trying real hard not to say anything, but is in agreement. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah, we've heard good things about the Circlet Walk. Sand Herald District sounds a little too expensive.
You'd be correct on both fronts. We're actually staying in the Circlet Walk now at the Foolish Serpent. It's actually pretty nice.
Is it pretty close to the Crystal Chateau?
I would have to say just a little bit shorter than from here to there presently. It's not too far.
Would you recommend it?
So far, it looks nice, clean. Plus, you can fit 2 people in a room, or 1 if need be. And again, she'll shoot a look at Maggie like, I'm so sorry that they made you even come here. Like, what were they even thinking? Like, they didn't even consider. Like, they walked through the door, saw that you had to struggle through the door, and said, "Yeah, this place is fine." I don't get it.
Maggie looks hopeful at the prospect of switching. All right. Let's see. Well, you wanted to take Maggie and I somewhere this evening, right?
Oh yeah, I want to take you to the Steam Gardens.
Maybe if you have directions, maybe the boys can take our stuff down there, and we'll meet them when we're done.
That's actually a pretty smart idea. Yeah, I can give them directions.
Okay. How well does Ix remember the path?
I'd have to say fairly well.
Okay.
If only because it's close enough to the Suncut Bazaar that she's been around there more often than not.
Okay. I will say if you are confident that Ix can give directions, then no roll required for this. Okay. So yeah, you give them directions for them to take everybody's stuff down there at some point this evening. They look ready to have some more drinks before they go anywhere just yet. Well, is now a good time? I assume that's why you came up here.
Almost definitely. The sooner we get into that warm bath, the better.
Sounds good to me. Ao, you can see when she gets up, she's being a little favoring like one of her legs a little bit. It's not too bad, but there are parts of her body she's being careful not to bump into, like the tables and chairs. Since she was bitten by an enormous snake and attacked by a giant like lizard bird thing.
Right. And they call Bear the monster.
Yes. The many beast. So yeah, whereas Maggie looks relatively fine, but could use the stretch and the loosening up for sure. Okay. Well, Ix leads the way, presumably, to the Steam Gardens.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Let me refresh myself on how much that costs.
Cost us 100 gold for like
I have
4
to
hours.
I have to remember, yeah, if it was 5 per person, and then there was like additional stuff that you can get. Because Ix does want to see if somebody can restore her hair color.
It was 5 gold per hour per person.
And it's 6 now, closer to 6:30 by the time we get there.
Yeah, it's early evening. Yeah, just after dinner time.
All right, and how late are they open again?
You were there pretty late the first time here, so maybe like they probably closed by midnight at the latest, I would say.
Okay, well, if
maybe
they don't
like
have...
maybe like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock.
That makes sense. Okay.
I would say 4 hours is the max you can do.
Yeah. Which, let's do 3. We'll do 3 hours.
Okay. So 15 a person, 45 gold total.
Done.
All right. So the three of you have a delightful girls' night. Getting pampered, soaking away your weariness from the bowl and from everything else leading up to it. Ix is able to have her hair treated. They use some special stuff that gets it back to its original color.
Yay!
And I'll say any extra stuff like that, that's just figured into the price, so it's whatever.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think the extra that you paid last time was like tips or something.
Tips, polishing armor, and then mending clothes, washing clothes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Arno, of course, had his beautification.
Yes. And what a beauty he is.
Yep.
Okay.
One good thing about Emil is surprising him now is that he at least knows he looks damn good.
It's like, yeah, she ain't had that treatment since she getting here, because you would be able to tell. But yeah, so the three of you, while you're not relaxing in comfortable silence, do chat a little bit, I would say, about what's been going on. They did come with you all to Ank'Harel with the intent of kind of helping you out towards your end goal. So just a little bit of information sharing. Ao does mention that they are doing a little bit of work with the Allegiance of Allsight. Says they went there after the bowl earlier today, just to see if they were needed for anything. There was talk of somebody breaking in the night before, so they've been asked to keep their ears to the ground for any information about that. Apparently, the guard was assaulted. Somebody was impersonating an instructor.
Who could have done such a thing?
That's nuts. Do they have any leads on that?
Weird.
Not so far that I've heard of.
Well, I'll be sure to keep an ear out too.
Tempted to ask for a deception check, but I'm not going to do that for this right now.
Not that one.
Not yet. It's like, oh yeah, that's good luck with that. Yeah.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
I hope you find whoever did it. Yep.
Does Ix ask them about who they bet on?
Ix will bring up the matches, and ask AO how she thinks her matches went, and then how our matches went. You know, casually. She'll also ask if they even offered to heal her, considering she was still beat up a little bit, and Ix would offer to assist with that if AO would be interested or want to.
Say, oh yeah, they healed us a bit, although they dropped to 0 hit points. That's a lot of healing spells out of character. Yeah, no, they used a little bit of magic, gave us some time, a place to rest and recuperate, bandaged us up, but definitely still feeling it. Maggie was fine. She came out pretty clean on her fight.
Oh yeah, no, I saw.
Maggie looking a little proud about how her battle went.
We all
I
bet
would
big
too.
on Maggie.
The fool tried to be too fancy.
Yeah, pretty obvious when he couldn't even thwart your attacks. It was kind of difficult to watch, to be honest.
Made good money off of him too.
Oh yeah?
Well, not as much as Irvin did. Irvin, oh boy, they didn't expect him to win.
I have to say that it was quite a surprise. He pulled through quite surprisingly. Like it almost didn't feel real.
He's surprised me more than once.
Well, good for him. He seems to be doing okay despite everything.
Yes, well, he was fighting an orc berserker, and he is apparently very familiar with fighting enemies like that in Xhorhas. So I guess it was nothing new to him.
Well, he performed well.
I was being very quiet through this part of the conversation.
Yeah, Ix is avoiding that topic for a reason.
It's like, we're here to relax, guys.
Pretty much. Ix will ask them more about their, I guess, current goals with the Allegiance of Allsight, asking if what their pretty much what their goals are, what their errands are. Are they actually applying to be with the Allegiance, or is this just them doing odd jobs?
So far, mostly odd jobs. We're trying to get in just to get, gain confidence, get easier access to information, since it seems like they have um, the most direct connection to this ruidium, or at least they seem to control the source of it.
Yeah, as far as we know, you'd have to be members to get into was it Kale Morrow? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they have any intention of going into Kale Morrow, or is it just research into the Ruidium as a whole?
Oh, they apparently have researchers down there regularly.
Oh no, I meant like
It's-
Ao and her party. Like, do they intend on going down there, or are they just doing odd jobs to just do odd jobs?
If they can build their way up to getting a chance, they're going to take that chance.
Okay. Interesting.
Partly out of curiosity, and Ao would like to see a sunken city. That seems interesting to her. Like, even outside of all of this stuff that's going on.
That would be a marvel. Even without all of the crazy stuff going on.
As she asks Ix what her group has been up to so far. What kind of stuff does Ix talk about?
Oh, fuck no.
Just in broad strokes would be enough. You don't have to go into detail.
Oh, for sure.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Well, she'd start with the most recent. Obviously, they did the matches. She does thank Ao for letting them know that they did have to sign up, although Ix is kind of miffed. She would have liked to take on the Many Beast because that seems kind of backhanded.
Freaking sick.
Yeah, well, it's sick, but it's also backhanded. You're fighting like 3 different enemies. Like, that's no joke. And that's kind of Ix's way of trying to coax Ao into talking about her match without asking.
We did tell them we wanted a challenge, and yeah.
Oh, damn. All right, Ix will move on from that. At this point, Ix will ask if any of her group had bet on any of our group.
She will also mention, as far as like challenging matches, Dermot is fine now, but apparently, from what he was saying after the fact, his opponent seemed to have it out for him. Like, not just as a competitor.
Why is that?
Like, he wasn't entirely certain.
Did you get any more information? Does Dermot have enemies out here on a whole nother continent?
I didn't think he knew anybody or that anybody knew him besides us. Like, outside of Jigao, much less another continent.
Did he seem surprised at this development or resigned?
He seemed surprised, and the rest of us were too. And it kind of seemed like the DM is like not able to find the right word. Seemed to have something to do with a difference of religious opinion, apparently, but don't know any details there.
I had something similar, but I don't know if it's based in faith. My opponent said something to me before she flew off.
Yeah, we saw that. That was we didn't see that she said anything to you, but she just flew off without finishing?
She said something along the lines of, I wasn't who they said I was to be, and that she was going to leave me to my work.
And you'd never seen her before?
No, I would remember that face, those eyes, that hair, the wings. I would remember that.
Fair, fair. I mean, hey, we'll keep an eye out. As, like you said, it's a pretty memorable face. And just everything.
Well, I'd appreciate it. I'll keep a lookout for Dermot's rival, I guess, in the event that it comes up.
Yeah, it sounded like they are employed at the Bowl of Judgment as a healer, but they didn't tend to our wounds. They brought in somebody else for that.
Well, that was a smart decision on their part. Now Ix will bring up if any of her group had bet on any of our group.
Let's see. Maggie and Dermot definitely both bet on Lucas winning.
Woo!
Nice.
Let's see. Ao and Galsariad bet on Ix winning.
I mean, that's nice, but...
Which technically you did.
Yeah.
Technically.
Irvin bet on Thorn winning.
Well then.
Glad to hear it.
As the only thing she says about Thorn.
I bet you she bet on me and just doesn't want to admit it.
I'm not even gonna bother with an insight check for that.
Do it. We don't insight check enough.
We don't.
Insight check for this.
Yes!
Listen, you gotta start
It's
somewhere.
free!
Oh my god, you're like, it's free, just roll. Okay, can I insight check AO to see if she bid on Thorn or if she's not telling me the full bidding?
Go ahead.
Okay, insight check. Here we go. That's a big 7. Shit.
It is unreadable.
Oh god. Sorry guys.
Okay, we have another chance later. Fast. We'll talk to the boys.
And then it sounds like at least a few of them were going to bet on Arno's original matchup, but then that didn't happen.
Yeah, that's fair.
They weren't sure what to do when Arno and Lucas had their match. So just for funsies, Maggie and Dermot bet just a small bet again on Lucas. Yeah, I think they all would have gone in one way or the other on that one, just like small potatoes bets. I think AO and Gal went for Arno, and Irvin probably went for Arno.
Yes!
All I want in this girls' night is for AO or Maggie to casually mention the fact that half of Lucas's clothes came off. Because I just am imagining Ix's face in this moment.
Ix doesn't know. I want them to tell Ix what that fight was like.
Oh yeah, does Ix
on.
ask them what went down after she and Thorn and Ben left?
Oh, she would definitely bring that up.
It was interesting.
Well, I'm sure that goes without saying. A play-by-play, details, please.
It didn't really seem like they were fighting each other too seriously, but they were very showy about it.
That sounds about right.
And it seemed less like they were attacking each other. Let's see, who would even be the one? Well, Maggie's not going to say it.
No, you would not. In fact, Ao looks to Maggie like, help me, and Maggie's like, you're on your own. She's like, I'm not doing any of this. Oh, look at these soaps. These sleeves look great.
Make a persuasion check to get the rest.
Oh, roll high.
Oh, I got this. That is a 19.
That is hidden around a corner. That's a natural 3. I don't even know what skill that was going to be, but yeah, whatever it was a natural 3. It kind of seemed like they were trying to see who could strip the other person first, but with like knives.
It stares at Ao, like to make sure she's not joking.
We put in our bets before we knew what the fight was going to be.
After she absorbs this information, she kind of looks around a second, looks back to Ao, and quietly, almost on the edge of timid, she asks, how far did they get?
She looks like she's choosing her words. To the players, how far did they get?
Just like shirts, I think just shoulder plates. It wasn't even.
Say, it wasn't anything bad. Like Lucas's armor came off.
That was as far as we like role played play by play was getting some of Lucas's armor
like
off.
There was nothing that could not be seen by children. It's just a matter of it was very suggestive.
Yeah.
Yes, it was very suggestive, but Arno did not actually go after Lucas's pants, though he could have done.
There was nothing you would normally have to go to a club to see.
Ix will kind of sigh, like a little bit disappointed, and just kind of, well,
you could tell some of the crowd wanted them to keep going.
Okay. Yeah, Ix would pay. She would pay, see that. Anyway, from there, Ix will just...
Arna's gonna think about that when he's making this armor. Continue.
Oh no. No.
Got some quick remove features.
Mm-hmm.
Tearaway armor.
Oh my, that evil laugh.
Maybe.
I mean, he's the one making it.
It's very true. Lucas would have no idea.
Oh my god, he's gonna make it like a Chinese finger trap. He's like, you can't take it off without me.
Okay, but imagine that we get into like a fight and then the tearaway armor works as intended and Lucas is just looking at Arno like, what the fuck? Like...
I thought you knew how to forge things.
Oh no, it would 100% be something that you could not just on accident do. Like there'd just be
deliberate.
There's a secret button that Arno knows where it is.
Yeah, like a little like buckle or something like that in normal movement you would not fuck with. But if you know where it is, all that shit comes off. It'll be great. Anyway, continue what you were saying.
Lucas is in for a trap.
Just
Trap
saying,
armor.
Enemies always get nat 20s on Lucas.
That's true.
This is fact.
Oh my god.
We have borne witness.
True. I have a document of Lucas's scars and how he got them, and they're all from Nat 20s.
He won't put the special latch on his back, and then it'll be fine.
That's not the only place he's been hit.
The most common place he's been in.
So, Ix will commend or thank Ao and Maggie to a degree about filling her in. Ix will comment that explains why they're not being arrested for Ben's antics, but thankfully. Still have to go back for our winnings, though, so we'll see how that goes.
You didn't get your winnings before leaving?
Oh no. Since we had to go get Ben, he is scheduled for a grudge match with the so-called Dragon Warrior that he pursued out of the Coliseum.
Wait,
Yeah.
there was another guy that called himself the Dragon Warrior?
Technically, Ben is the Dragon Warrior. The guy who calls himself the Dragon Warrior just stole the name.
Oh. 1 second. Okay, I heard a noise. I had to make sure it wasn't me losing connection.
Oh, okay.
Also, I also just remembered that they were there when the other Dragon Warrior was introduced, so that was a silly question for her to ask.
They might not have heard Ben saying, "I'm the Dragon Warrior." Like,
yeah.
Well, no, he was also introduced as the prophesied Dragon Warrior.
Oh.
She does remark though on the irony of like why does one Dragon Warrior turn into the bear and the other one is a tabaxi?
I thought that question myself, but considering recent events, I decided not to. I know, as ridiculous as it sounds, I didn't want to poke the bear.
That's fair.
But hopefully, Sheed can track down this other Dragon Warrior. We can have our grudge match and get our winnings.
All right. Yeah. Need some water real quick.
I was with him like, you good?
Ooh, I don't know what that was, but that felt weird.
I don't know what that was either. I didn't have any faces to go off of.
Maybe the Dungeon Master needs a spa day. All right. Well, your very pleasant evening at the Steam Gardens carries on. Much soaking, massaging, hair fixing, etc., etc. But yes, is there anything else you wish to cover or accomplish during your girls' night?
Nope. That's it.
Okay. All right. So as the evening comes to a close, people in various groups, I presume, make their way back. Is there anything anybody else wishes to do before returning to the Foolish Serpent?
No, but I'll have one thing that I want to do before, we skip to the morning, if there ends up being a skip.
Okay. All right then. So Ben is doing whatever Ben is doing. Irvin, Galsariad, and Dermot make their way at some point in the evening to the Foolish Serpent. Lucas and Thorn make their way back. Let's see. Yeah, Ixay Ao and Maggie return probably second to last, and I am saying too many names and trying to keep track of which ones I've said already. Arno probably is the last to return, staying out a bit late. Arno, you probably not too much after Ix and the others get back from doing a good half day work with Ariok, which again, with his help, equates to a total 1 day of labor.
Cool.
Unless you're staying up super late into the night or something. But that might be a bit.
Tell his brother that he'd be going to sleep within 8 hours, so he can't stay up super late.
And that might be even pushing it a little bit for Ariok. So yeah, we'll say it's like little before midnight. Arno, you make your way back to the inn, which I can actually call an inn and not just a tavern with a back room. So eventually, laying down to sleep for the night. Nothing prevents you from settling down comfortably. When you finally do fall asleep, you find yourself dreaming. But you are aware that you're dreaming. And much like the last time this happened, you find yourself, I believe last time it was back in the familiar streets of Rexentrum.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and Jasper is a little less coy about it this time. You see a figure just a short distance off, but he is waving to get your attention, to have a seat with him on a stone bench in like a courtyard with a fountain in the middle, much like last time. But now where you are, it appears to be early evening rather than the dead of night, although still no other people walking around. So it is a little eerily quiet besides the two of you. So where even are you right now? He asks.
Marquette? Currently.
Really? Well, that explains why you're already in bed, because it's like I haven't even eaten dinner yet.
Oh, yeah, time difference. Also,
Yeah,
Amelia's here.
Make an insight check.
Mm, 21?
Okay. He's a little surprised, but not as surprised as you might have expected him to be.
Why aren't you surprised?
He looks like he's trying to decide how he's trying to formulate his thoughts and get them sorted in his own head. Also, let me see if I wrote anything down that I don't want to forget. Let's see. Okay. It's kind of an unusual story. You haven't, by chance, encountered a human woman named Darcia, have you?
Has he?
I would presume not.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Also, my apologies to somebody if I pronounced that incorrectly. But yes, no, he has not met a woman who gave the name Darcia.
Yeah, he'd be like, no.
She's found me, and apparently she also spoke to Amelia at some point. And I kind of had the feeling that Amelia was going to run into you because of that. But I wasn't sure what to make of this woman, so I didn't say anything.
Who is she?
I don't know. I had never met her before. One thing she did want me to pass on to you, surprisingly, she did say, let's say you're traveling with some companions. Are you traveling with anyone named Lucas?
Maybe.
Well, she did ask me to pass on the message to you to take good care of him. Don't know what that means.
Do you have a okay, no, okay. So what I need descriptions. I need what does she look like?
One second. I need to inquire about something.
Oh god.
Do. This is something yes. This is something I could have addressed sooner, but that would have spoiled the surprise.
Okay.
Not sorry.
She's
Very good.
relatively tall. Lucas is pretty tall as well. So she's probably around the same height as him, maybe a little smaller. She's got long brownish red hair, a perhaps familiar looking dusting of freckles across her face. She's a lot like Lucas's frame is, bulky with his armor and like muscular without it, and she is not. I wouldn't say small because small and tall don't quite go the same, but I would describe her frame as small. And I think just overall, she's I don't know how much of that Jasper would explain, but
How old is she? Ish.
She
Like
older.
Older middle-aged.
Older, middle-aged, yeah. She probably, I don't know, maybe she looks like older as in like the laugh lines are pretty present.
This tall, thin woman with reddish brown hair, freckles, late middle aged.
Okay. Yeah, Arno would probably just have it like, okay. When did you see her? Where did you see her?
Well, it was. Oh gosh, it's been a few weeks by now, I think. I haven't actually decided where Jasper is, so I don't know what he would tell you as far as where. I was, not anywhere that I expected somebody to know me.
Uh-huh. And she didn't just know you, but she knew you knew me?
So it would seem.
Yeah. See, that's really worrying because remember how I told you I have a friend who's being hunted?
Yes, we have discussed that. The Scourger was after somebody.
Uh-huh. He would give him a look, implying to put the two together.
I didn't get the sense from her that she had anything to do with them.
Okay.
I mean, she was giving me information that helped me quite a lot, actually, in what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
Oh, making trouble for people that could use a little bit. Same as I was doing before, but a little less aimless.
Wait, but she also knew about Amelia?
But yeah, so do you know anything more about the Scourger that was chasing after somebody?
No, we haven't gotten any information besides the fact that they were last seen in Joe House.
Oh, 1 second. Say something?
Hello?
Something again?
Hello?
Hello.
There we go. Okay, I didn't hear like the last 30 seconds of what you said.
Oh.
Oh.
No wonder Andy's like, so she knew about Amelia? And he's like, so about that Scourger.
Yeah.
Okay, apparently I didn't hear the last minute or two of what you said.
Yeah, so before the Scourger thing, he had been like, wait, but she knew about Amelia?
And I'm pretty sure Amelia hasn't gotten tied up in any Scourger business either.
Then how does she know?
She, as far as I know, she still follows what our dad believes about the Empire.
Yeah, she's doing business for him, apparently.
And I'm pretty sure she's not a Scourger. He says half-jokingly.
Why do you do this to me? I didn't need that thought in my head.
That was so mean.
It makes no sense. Why would someone who knows Lucas know all our family?
And it was strange. It seemed like she knew just a very few, very specific things to say. It's like it didn't seem like she had like been, usually when, someone like me or you is, trying to find information about somebody, you learn as much as you can. You get a lot of broad, maybe not very specific tidbits. That's not what this felt like.
Okay. Wait, did she say anything else about Amelia, or just that she might be in? Okay.
Not too much to me. It did sound like she had already spoken with Amelia herself, though. So I don't know what she told Amelia. Oh, let's see, I have to look up what this thing was called again. I had it written down somewhere, but I have too many different notes in too many different places, and this was like from half a year ago that I wrote this down.
Oh God.
Because my goodness, we've been doing this since like April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
D&D Beyond, why you loading so slow? Well, I will as the DM correct myself later if I'm remembering this wrong. But she did tell me that you should ask Amelia about a key charm, one of our family's key charms, which Arno probably would be familiar with what the key charm is, which I was trying to look up what they do, because they do things. There we go. Finally loaded. Well, halfway. The key charm is an item that can only be used by a dwarf of your lineage with the mark of warding. Let's see. Looking at it now, just to get you a mechanical description. This is information that Arno would know already. So the key charm looks like a stylized key. If you cast the Alarm, Arcane Lock, or Glyph of Warding spell, you can tie the effect to the key charm so that whoever is holding it will receive the notification from the alarm spell, bypass the Arcane Lock, or avoid triggering a Glyph of Warding. In addition, the holder, who doesn't have to be attuned, can take an action to end a spell that is tied to the key charm if they know the command word that you set for it. So it just it gives you more options to do things with your some of your warding spells.
Now, how common would it be for someone outside of our lineage to know about the key terms?
Not very.
Yeah, so Arno probably would just have how the fuck does she know about that? Okay. Alright, okay. I was gonna harass Amelia anyway, so I guess now I have a reason to.
Uh, do you think there's a chance that this Lucas that she mentioned, is he the one that's in danger, maybe?
Remember how I had said that someone was being hunted?
Yes. And I was hoping it wasn't you.
Yes. Well, it's not me.
Out of curiosity, you were just in Wildmount a few days ago. How did you even get to Marquette so quickly?
Teleportation.
Ah,
Just teleportation. Like it's just
You know.
offered in every city. Just
You know, we went and fought a bunch of demons and found out about this weird culty organization tied to the Jewel of Three Prayers. And
oh yeah. You've had a real boring week, haven't you?
yeah. And then got popped over here and found out that this is also a pertinent place to be for the pendant stuff. So, you know.
Well, at the very least, hopefully that means you've shaken the Scourger. One can only hope. But don't let your guard down.
Have you heard anything else about that?
I did get word, the Scourger that had been sent after whoever, Lucas or somebody else, it sounded like they had been recalled back to Rexentrum. But that doesn't mean they're going to give up. They could always send somebody else if they get wind of where you've gone.
Okay. Good to know.
That is one of the things I did want to tell you about without the 25 word limit.
Yeah, that's definitely helpful.
DM over here racking his brain, trying to make sure he's not forgetting anything else Jasper was supposed to tell you.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. I did get the help that the Changebringer was supposed to bring. Send me.
Oh, wonderful.
It's my horse. I have a horse. She's my baby girl. Her name is Kibble. And she, out of nowhere, all of a sudden she can talk and she can use spells and everything.
He looks a little taken aback. It's like, that's not what I was expecting, but hey, if she's helping you out, then excellent.
Oh yeah, she saved my butt a couple of times already. So.
Well, Jasper happily chats with Arno about whatever anecdotes and stories and details they want to cover while they have time in this dream space. Mm-hmm. Since we are getting towards the end, we can always just go back and insert things as we deem necessary. All right.
Arno would definitely ask if Jasper is a grinner.
I actually hadn't decided if he is or not. It's like, I hadn't considered myself one, but I've been working with them long enough. I guess I might as well start calling myself one. This is actually one of my grinner friends that helps me set up these dream communications. Had to track her down. Is why I wasn't able to contact you last night.
Well, I am too. So,
I'm sure Dad would be proud of both of us equally.
yeah, he's gonna hate it. It's gonna be great.
Have you found any others in Marquette?
Maybe.
It doesn't sound like he expects much response from that.
I think I might have found one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But she's not from
All right.
around here either. So
Hmm.
we might be the only two.
That part's not really a surprise, I suppose. Well, hopefully they should be able to provide you some help with whatever you're up to.
Hopefully. Oh, actually, this is perfect. Can you tell your friend in the Grinners, as I haven't been able to reach out to anyone, someone is selling our information.
Come again?
One of my friends did a background check through someone in Huppaduke, and someone sold that information dealer my code name, the fact that I was a Grinner. They knew. Someone knew and sold that information.
He looks visibly concerned about that. We will definitely be looking into that. Did you catch any names of who was involved?
I think, didn't X give the girl's name? I don't remember what
I was
her name.
trying to remember.
Ix did, in fact, give you the girl's name.
When did
Yeah.
you do that?
Okay.
Arno and Ix had a private moment, and Arno asked.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Arno would probably remember that the name was Wallflower.
Yes. Ix's contact was called Wallflower. I don't know how much she is a part of it. I know she's in hiding because she's also the one who warned us about the scourges, so, she's spooked. To begin with. Seems to have done
Okay.
more than she expected.
We'll see what we can find out about this Wallflower in Hupperduke then. Thank you. I'll be sure to let Aki know.
Do I know Aki?
You do not have any idea who Aki is.
Okay. just making sure.
Presumably the person that he's been working with, like setting up the dream and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'd be like, okay. Well, don't die.
He chuckles at that. You too? Okay. After whatever other conversation bits we want to retcon in there later, the dream message ends. You fall back into just normal dreamless sleep for the rest of the night. And the rest of the night passes without incident. I believe somebody said they wanted to do something if we skipped ahead to the morning.
Oh, I said I wanted to do something before we went to sleep, but it's long past.
Oh.
It's okay.
Retcon. Go back in time.
I mean, not as easily, and it's okay. I mean, it's really just that Arno said he was coming back pretty late, right?
Yes.
And summarize Lucas is still up when Arno gets back. They're sharing a room. It's not much of a surprise that he's in there.
Gotcha.
And summary,
Yeah,
and I can do things later. He would just ask.
That's probably like midnight-ish or a little after that Arno gets back.
It's fine. He's still up.
Yep.
And he would just ask. I'm assuming there's 2 rooms in the bed for 2 people. 2 beds in the room, rather, for 2 people.
Yes.
He would just ask if they could sleep together tonight.
Of course, Arno would happily. Sure of it.
Okay.
Then we'll do stuff later.
Yep.
Now I just have the image in my head of Arno asking what Darcia looks like, and Lucas whispering in his ear while they're both asleep. It's like, well, she's kind of tall and thin and has freckles.
Almost my height, you know.
She has
All
laugh
right.
lines, prominent laugh lines.
I'm glad you've all committed it to memory.
Slender frame.
Laugh it up. Laugh it up.
Hicks wasn't there, man.
All right. Well, I think we can go ahead, wrap up there for tonight.
Oh, that's wrapping? Damn. All right.
Unless you want to do something live for the morning.
I wasn't sure. I guess that depends if Arno's asking any questions in the morning.
Oh, Arno's going to be asking a whole shit ton of questions in the morning. I just don't know if that needs to be like that. Can
We can RP off session most of the questions, but I
assume the conversation will take longer than 3 minutes. But on that note, so Arno, when you wake up, what's the first thing on your mind when you see Lucas in bed next to you after that conversation with Jasper?
Oh, he's so cute. That's his first thought, sorry.
Fair enough. And that's where we'll end off session then.
Love it.